Hello, hello, and good morning, my loves. So, I have not done a gay guru section or taping in a while. So, gay guru is everything that goes on in the gay world that we don't talk about that needs to be talked about and addressed so that we stop hurting each other in these really weird, convoluted, fucked up ways. So, I have been off the market for quite some time because I needed to take a break from this tomfoolery. So I decided to rejoin Tinder, and I get on Tinder. I like it better than a grinder and all that shit because it's not trying to solicit the sex right away. It's trying to hopefully just you know typical like on what you see and then go from there, which I'm fine with. So I'm starting to chat with this guy. And in definition, he's attractive. He's tall like me. Blah 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 blah. Works out. Blah 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 blah. And then he started to do this thing that I notice a lot of gay people do when they're trying to get to know each other. And I'm going to primarily focus on men because I'm a gay man, and that's where my world of expertise is. But this can be encompassing for other groups in the LGBTQ world if it applies. They started to do this thing where he tried to homosocialize me. What is homosocialization? Homosocialization is, I've talked about this many times before, it's when men teach men or boys teach boys how to be boys and women teach girls how to be girls and girls teach girls how to be girls. We learn from our like counterparts, okay? So this little thing we do with the whole alpha beta in the straight world of homosocialism, who's the bigger alpha male? That distortion already hurts our males in one way. But then think about the byproduct of distortion. It has trickled down into the gay world to the point that this man, who is my height, he was like 6'4", 6'5", both attractive. He's modeling, so he has pictures that, they're very sensual, but to someone else who thinks on a linear concept, they looked feminine. So he proceeded to ask me questions about myself and the things I liked. First strike. Oh, well, I see that you're into a lot of spirituality stuff. I don't think we're going to get along on that because I think more from the practical side of life and, from the logistics of things. And I'm looking at him like, do you understand that you just said you only think from one concept of one world, of one teaching, of one half of your brain? Again, I want people to understand that's not bragging. That's insulting yourself when you say, I'm only a logical thinker. Okay, so you're not a human. You have not one single emotion that processed through your body to get to a thought. Great. Okay. There's a duality where people try to gaslight you, bully you, and push you into one side to overcompensate for what side they know they're lacking. His second strike was he went through my pictures. Now you guys see how I talk. You see who I am. I'm not claiming to be alpha. I'm not claiming to be masculine. Well, I am claiming to be an alpha and omega, but I'm not claiming to be masculine or any of that. I'm just assertive in my approach and my confidence. That's where my masculinity comes from. So I was doing a thing like all gay men. Remember, gay men like booties. So our booties are our boobies, okay? So I'm just being cute, poking my booty out one picture. He has the nerve to be like, so I see that we're not going to get along in the bedroom either. We're both bottoms. Wait, so, okay. I get it if we were straight, you're trying to figure something out. That's a whole other world, but we're gay. The whole part of gay men is butt. Butt to butt. Penis to butt. Whatever you want to think about when it comes to gay intercourse, the butt is part of it. So now he's not only put himself in a linear place of thinking this one side. I only think this way. Now he's trying to put me in a box for his sexual pleasure. Do you understand? When I hear someone says, and trust me, I'm not mad. It's sad to see this happening to young gay guys who keep coming out of the closet and then they start going through the same abuse of physical, mental, all of that when it comes to their looks and who they are. And then they do it back to each other. Remember, the bullying system doesn't stop just because we grow up and figure out who we are. Being authentic in your truth doesn't mean that you're authentic in how you treat people. Okay? So first he tried to diss me on my spirituality. Then he tried to diss me on my good curves and my twerking abilities. And then he had the nerve to be like, you know what? I think you're great. We should have a few drinks, but I got to tell you right now, I don't know if we're going to get along on a lot of topics. Nigga, bye. Do you understand the level of ego that was involved in that conversation? And I didn't even get mad. I simply told him, I was like, you know what? It seems like you already have all of your projected projections onto me of who you think I am based on a linear concept of an app with pictures and a few words. This is the point. You're not going to find any partner, boyfriend, husband, or other dissecting a few words and dissecting a few photos. If a photo can capture something of someone's beauty or their delicate energy, so what? You think because you stand there with like rough and tough and all hairy chest and muscular and say like I climb trees and play ball and all this, that makes you like what, a bro? You know what I mean? I used to hear guys do, yeah, bro, I'm like a jock. I'm a jock. What sports do you play? Oh, I just go to the gym and work out. That's not a jock. A jock plays sports. Say you're a weightlifter. That's fine. Just don't start making up titles to fit some sexual porn fantasy. That's what we keep doing to ourselves. And guess what? Guess what I noticed in my 35 years on this earth, my young gay men and gay culture? We keep trying to make these visions of perfection that we think exist in order to get laid, and then we don't work on our personalities or our understanding of how to love ourselves, how to love a man, and how to be in love with ourselves while loving a man. Okay, to even sit around and keep trying to project femininity as something that's not beautiful. Femininity is gorgeous, okay? Masculinity is sexy. They have their attributes, but at the end of the day, they do not make a better husband. They do not make a better wife. They do not make a better partner. These are things that we came up with to make someone else feel better about their insecurities. Do you understand? I've done this world for way too long. That's why I personally talk about it. I went celibate for almost 3 years now because I got sick of people projecting onto me what they wanted from me sexually. Oh, well, you're tall and black, so you should be the top and you should do all this and you should be in control. You should be all of these rules of perception that came from a homo socialized conditioning. We're not anybody's wife. We're not popping out kids anytime. So, yes, we as gay men get to redefine our structure of relationships, but not respect. Respect to me is pretty universal. You're not going to disrespect my beliefs because you don't understand. Step 2 steps back. You're not going to disrespect my way of expressing my sensuality because you only understand how to project your ego through sexuality. Step 5 steps back. And if you for damn sure, I'm not going to sit here and try to put down my existence because you don't understand that you live in a world that's linear and only can think for the template you've been given. Stop doing this shit. You know how I used to work in hospice care and there was more gay people dying alone than anything because first of all, the rules of the hospital, which don't allow people who are not their married partner to be there, but we passed that now. Thank God for a lot of legislation. But the other thing is because we spend our entire lives being happy about being bitches. Being a bitch is not cool. Okay? It's funny, but it's not cool. You get bored after a while with the extra sassiness of, oh, well, you think you better than me? Well, I know I'm better than you. Okay, well, you're going to be better by yourself alone. At some point, you have to learn how to stop making this huge grocery list and then expecting everyone to fit the needs of that list. I've seen enough abs. I ain't impressed by abs. I've seen enough booties. I ain't impressed by booties. I've seen enough big old dinglings. I'm not impressed by that either. I'm being serious. This is raw. Y'all got to stop living for your flesh and start living for your soul. If you ain't got nothing to give as far as growing as a human being and knowing that you can produce as another person to a family unit or as another person in society in general, why are you on dating apps? Stop doing this. This is exactly what happens. We have shitty situations in life that happen to us, and then we get on these apps and we abuse the shit out of each other. Beautiful souls who are actually looking for someone. People who are trying to come out and get comfortable with themselves. People who are trying to figure out who they are. And then we get these ones who have learned how to, because society abused them in some way, we got to stop this reverse bully system that now you think because you're on top of some like false pedestal that you get to be an asshole to people. Let's get something straight. I know that I'm the shit and I'm gorgeous. Do you think I walk around saying, "Oh my god, you want me? You want me?" No, I joke like I'm cute. I know I'm cute because people already tell me I'm cute. That's having fun with the topic, but I will never walk up to somebody and be like, you need to change this, and this to fit my category of quality. I'm so sick of seeing men just bounce around and dancing in their underwear and ain't got nothing else to show me. Baby, have you not paid attention to society and how culture is changing? We love the badass. We love the hot girl. We love all that. That's having fun. But if you trying to be a badass hot girl year round and you ain't taking the time to be a loving, genuine, kind person, then I don't give a fuck about what job you got, what body you got, and who else trying to get on your jock. That don't do nothing for me. So you got to come correct. It's time to grow up. What do we want? Do we want to just keep partying, hopping on floats, and going to bars for the rest of our lives, and then hoping one day later somebody fall in love with us? Or do we actually want to prepare ourselves for the life that we want? This is not just about love and building ourselves for someone else. This is for our own sense of balance, okay? We can't keep breaking each other down just to help each other in the bedroom. That shit don't make sense. I say to each their own, have your open relationships, have all the stuff you like. I'm not concerned about that. But there's still people who like one-on-one relationships, who like communication, who like to just talk and cuddle and sit and watch TV and know that your presence alone is enough for me to be happy than me sitting here hoping that you become this image of a model or something that I really don't give a fuck about. Good for you. Our bodies age. If you ain't really taking care of your mental health again, then you ain't taking care of your emotional health. If all you worried about is your physical body, and then you think that you're gonna get everything based on that, then yeah, I know. You keep shaking my camera. Can you relax for a minute? Daddy on a roll. But if you can't relax to figure out who you really are and get a sense of your comfort and balance of who you are, you're gonna be alone. Again, I don't care. Yes, men over 6'4", 6'5" want to be bottoms. They want to be loved and hugged. So now they're taking it out on the rest of the world. Short men are able of being strong and masculine and got big dinglings too, but they get Napoleon complex and they take it out on the world. The geeky guys, they think they can't have it because the world told them that they weren't good enough. All you got to do is go out there and make yourself available the way you want to the people you want. Guys who know they've been attracted their whole lives and don't nobody want to talk to them because they think they too good, keep being you. Don't change because somebody think that you ain't being yourself. Be who you are because you're going to attract the tribe that you're meant to attract. Just don't keep crying about being single, being alone, wonder why nobody wants you. I'm ATR or LTR oriented, but yet you talking to 5 different niggas and you can't pick one. If you're a long-term relationship oriented, then you are prepared to say, here are my boundaries. Here's what I like. Here's what I do. I'm not saying these are all stuck in cement or whatever, but for now, as we get to know each other, let's start here. Those are real boundaries. Not asking how big the dingling is to see a picture, how tall I am. All yeah, height is important to me too. But if your first question off the bat is trying to figure out if I'm gonna fit your sexual preference, baby, move along. That's what the pictures are for. You know what I mean? If you can't look at a picture and tell that you into somebody, move along. It's that simple. You got to go with your gut instinct. You got to know what attracts you to what. Don't keep playing this game of I have this job, I have this lifestyle, they need to fit it, or it ain't gonna be nothing at all. You guess with the damn sure right, it ain't gonna be nothing at all. I'm talking like this because look, I'm single by choice, not because I have to be. But there's people out there who are making themselves single by self-sabotage by choosing to believe that they have this whole smorgasbord of choices their entire lives. Nah, baby, that shit start to dwindle down because guess what? There's a formula to motherfuckers who be trying too hard, and niggas don't like that shit. Whatever you want to be. I'm just saying, do not push it onto someone else. Love yourself enough to see that everyone has the ability to be different and unique in their own space. And if you're attracted to uniqueness, that's who you go after. If you're attracted to sweetness, that's who you go after. If you still hooking up with men and hooking up with people on dates simply because, of their job and how their body looks, you're going to be that gay template of a person who's still hanging out with 5, 10 other gay dudes, all gorgeous, hoping that somebody wants you, and they don't. And then you and your little group of friends start doing each other, and don't nobody really know how to find love. And then they decide that, hey, we might as well just have open relationships. Do so. But leave me the hell out that shit and stop trying to judge me on the stuff that I like, okay? Besos.